Hi everyone, I am doing the first little bit of a modification to my Focus. It's something that I did on the Golf and it's an important part for me because we open the bonnet quite a lot, being driving instructors. I'm fitting some gas struts from Dark Ice Designs. I used this company last time and the strut that I fitted to the Golf was perfect, so why not do it again? I haven't even opened the bonnet on this Focus yet, so let's crack on. Okay, you can tell I haven't been under here because there's one of these blue stickers for the engine cover. Probably should have taken that off before I'd started, saying that it's not melted, so we're okay. So I'm going to have a quick look at the instructions and then we'll get cracking on. Okay, stage one is to fit this little piece on the top strut of the bonnet. It looks as though it's there. So we've got to take that nut off first, looks like. Let's just change the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so it's this here. Need a different tool. 13 milli. Okay, so this one comes off. Looks tight. There we go. So yeah, this goes on the inside. It's the bonnet, not a line now. So there, easy enough. It said washer provided. Do we use that one? No, it's going to be a smaller washer, so let's go and get the smaller washer from the inside. Okay, washer, nylock nut, and that obviously tightens up. Okay, first stage done. Keep that just in case. Okay, it now says remove the top headlight screw. Let's go and find the correct tool for this. I have collected tools over the years, actually don't use them that much. We're good. I usually get someone else to do it. Okay, so remove this top headlight screw. Okay, enough said. Let's go and read the next part of the instructions. Lift the headlight slightly to remove the plastic cup underneath the headlight. Let's have a look. Yes, there is. Looks as though it's that. Enough said. Okay, it looks as though we're missing one piece. We're missing some dome nuts which go on top of here after you put the bracket in. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to get in touch with Dark Ice Designs and come back next time. Don't you just hate that when there's a piece missing and then you've got to pop out to B&Q? But thankfully I think I've got something that might just do the trick. Let's get mic'd up and then we'll crack on. Okay, let's get back down to this. This is obviously part 2. But yeah, it can be a little bit of a pain in the backside when you try and start fitting something, which probably all in all would have taken 10 minutes or so, but then you've got to go down to B&Q to go off and get the correct bolt. And as you probably all would experience, I've got loads of stuff in the garage, loads of bolts, but did I have one at the correct length or the correct nut for the top of it? No. So anyway, let's get cracking again. So all that effectively was missing, you get these pieces, and there should be a dome nut that sits on the top, and then you obviously screw this nut into the bottom with the bracket that goes on the car. But all I've done, I've bought a couple of different sizes, but we should be able to get away with them. So let's see whether it works. So let's just move my camera down in on this to what I'm actually doing here. And what you've got to do is undo this screw that holds the top of the headlight in place, and then underneath, I'm just going to put these up on the top there, and then underneath there's, you can lift this slightly, and then there's like a little clip that as you can see holds that screw in place to the bodywork, and we've got to put a bracket on here which then mounts the bottom end of the gas strut. There's obviously one to the left and one to the right. That's obviously that one. We've got to undo this little bolt there as well, and that sits in there like that. That's quite straightforward, I think. Result. Okay, so this one's got to come off. Let's leave that up there. It's just the attachment to the front wing. Enough said, we use the same bolt I think, and I think there's a washer to go on this, and I'm going to have a look to see whether this goes, obviously goes underneath that. Just going to go and see where the washer goes. I'm with you. Right, let's put all the bits up here. So what we're going to do is this goes under here. Does it dip down? Give us a sec. Yeah, quite important little piece. They obviously one for left, one for right, and this sits down, so I did have the wrong side. So look, see how that sits. Actually sits quite nicely in there. All good. So that can go back on there. Not going to do it super tight, and this is the bit that hopefully these bolts that I bought work, so that the washer goes on there, then that just tightens down. That all makes sense, but I've got to get a nut on the bottom of that, so it shouldn't be too difficult, to be honest. Right. I'm glad I got a couple of sizes of these, because I think the longer ones would have been too long. Now I am going to try and do this up by hand as much as I can, which is quite straightforward. Make sure it's sat properly, and then we can do it all up. Actually looks pretty good, that. You can see how it lines up from one side to the next. Right, let's get it tightened. will I need? I was going to say, will I need a little spanner to tighten it, but no. That's nice and tight with that. Let's attach this one back to the other part of the bodywork. It looks a well-designed kit. It's obviously nice and solid, but it has to because it's pulling the bonnet up. Now that looks pretty good. I'm not going to do the other side just yet. I'm going to get this one installed first, but I think it's time for the gas strut. It looks as though there's a cover for this as well. And let's see, thankfully, nicely it fits on top of the new bolt that I found, which is good. The next thing, this is the gas strut, obviously, and you've just got a couple of attachments which you'll find are pretty common on most gas struts. They're even quite similar to ones that you find in kitchens, in my experience. So these obviously just screw on here. Why would they be the wrong way around? Ah, that's it. Makes sense. These can twist within their mounting as well. So obviously the gas strut goes in and out, but it can also twist quite comfortably, so you can line these up. Not sure which way they're going to go round. I'm going to have a little look and see, but there's a couple of little clips that just come off round this edge here, and all that happens is you loosen these clips and then these slide on here, but they've got to be greased first. So I'm gonna have a look at that and I'll be back in a mo. Okay, I think I'm just going to move the camera around a little bit so you can see what I'm doing in here. Let's have a little look. I think that's pretty good. I'm actually going to grease these as opposed to the in fact I'll probably grease both. A little bit of grease on that, a little bit of grease on this one, and then the struts are ready to go on. I'm just going to put this excess on the actual struts themselves. Okay, so it says on the diagrams it goes this way round, so I'm going to attach this one on here first. Little pop, easy enough. Is that going to be awkward to get that clip in because it's the other way round? Let's have a little go at this. Don't lose any of these clips. I'm going to put one down first. I've got big fat fingers, so I'm going to make sure that that's okay. And I think there's the little hole at the back, goes through, and they clip round to hold it in place. Actually, dead easy, piece of cake. So I think I'm going to have to compress this strut a little. How am I going to do that? Not sure. Will the bonnet hyperextend? Let's have a look. Might do if that comes out. It does. So we can then pop that one on. Okay, I am going to put the bonnet stay back on just for a little mo. Just because all the weight of the bonnet was just on this one side, and obviously it's designed for both sides. So I'm going to get this clip in, and then I'll go and do the other side. These clips are a much less fiddlier proposition than I thought. You literally just slide it up and through, and then you clip it round. So this side's all done. I'm not going to bore you with doing the other side. I'm going to get that done and we'll come back to it in a mo. Would this be something that you would have a little go at? Mechanically, I'm not too bad, but honestly nowadays, as I fail to find this little hole, where is it? Yeah, mechanically nowadays, mechanically I'm not too bad at certain things. I find this little clip hole, they're opposite way round. In other words, they're the same little end pieces. The clip's easier this side because it's just straight up on the side that I can see it, but it's where you can't see this side, so it's a little bit of guesswork. Probably better off just trying to do it by feel. But yeah, nowadays, there we go, got it. Nowadays I tend to be a little bit busy to do certain things on the car. I've never done an oil service, I've never done anything like that on a car. Perhaps that's something I show in future videos, but that's us all installed. I've not left anything underneath the bonnet. Everything was tight, they were tight, that's all done. Clips are sorted, and it's obviously holding the bonnet. Let's see how they work. Bonnet comes down nicely. Let's press the or pull the lever inside. Let's see how it opens. And like I said, this is going to be a big help to me because we do a lot of the under bonnet checks, obviously, on driving tests, and it's a lift and comes up. Honestly, all in all, a little bit of a faff because I had to go down to B&Q, but the kit is well designed. It was easy and straightforward to install, and I think it makes a difference. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know whether you think I should attempt an oil change. Interesting. Keep safe, everyone. I'll see you soon.